Hey guys, it's KC Gilly. It is October the 15th, 10:15. So it's time for me to stick my onions in the ground. I brought home some goodies from the shop and I'm gonna start getting some of this stuff in the ground around here. I have all of these onions and these onions to get in a hole somewhere, not to mention my brassicas. I don't trust putting them out there at the shop because of the bug pressure, but for some reason here in town it's not quite as bad. I think I'm going to start this morning while it's decent in my lunch hour, and I'm going to plant some of this garlic that I've been getting sprouted. And after work, this is a nice shady spot throughout the day here underneath this trampoline here. And so the rest of it will be okay, but I need to get the garlic in the ground for now. Also, after I get them in the ground, you can see all my pepper plants over here. It's time. I'm gonna start on them. I'm not gonna get them all, but there's a couple of them that are probably I'm gonna go ahead and dig them up and prune them down much smaller, and they're gonna get ready for being overwintered out there at the secret garden inside the shop under the lights. So I think I'll take the habanero just because it's dadgum big. And also maybe back there in the back, that is my mammoth jalapeno. I pulled a bunch off yesterday for my wife for some stuff, but some of the big ones there. Now, what I will not mess with is right back over there in the corner. That is the lunchbox peppers, and they're just now starting to put out. So I'm gonna leave them in their hole and let them do their thing. I may take this Carmen too, take it out to the shop. But this Serrano has already been through two winters, and this will be its third. And if you can see over there, Shorty, my little jalapeno bush, that's just regular jalapenos. I may leave that guy in. He's not hurting nothing, and it'd be easy enough to jerk him up quick without too much pruning. Okay guys, I'm in my greenhouse here. And this little section right here is where I'm going to plant my garlic. Now, I'll show you. See if I can get it out easy. See how that works out? I just chopped the end and that green grew through it. Made sure the bottom underneath my thumb down stayed underwater, and they all in a solid clove there, or a solid pod, I guess you'd say. They've all come. So now it's time to split them guys up, and I'm going to stick them about 4 inches under this dirt, which is pretty close to the bottom of the dirt anyway, the way this setup is in here. So let me get with this and I'll bring you back. It's not much to look at right now, but got my garlic in to right there. This is still open. I have more making out there at the shop, and I put 6 more little pods. They were still decent size that were mixed in there that hadn't came yet, but I went ahead and buried them about 4 inches deep, so that's done. Now, the other thing that I wanted to show you. I'm an idiot, sitting there talking all my good stuff about my eggplant that hadn't done anything, and as soon as I pulled it up, look what was hiding down on the bottom. So I stuck it back in the dirt out here on the outside of the greenhouse, but you can see the shock it's in. I'm sure it's gonna die, but we're gonna give it a shot. We'll see. If it dies, it dies. And these are the days of our lives. All right, guys. So I'm gonna work on getting the rest of that done, and I'll get back to y'all. It's October 15th still. The video, the part you've already seen, was first thing this morning, probably around lunchtime. I had about an hour for lunch. I've got home. It's later in the evening, 6 or 7 o'clock. I'm tired. This one here, have y'all ever seen the movie Shrek?
Yeah.
You saw Shrek? You remember that donkey that talked on there? This lady took him up to the castle to try to give him away.
Yeah.
And told everybody that he was a talking donkey. And nobody believed her, but you know what? That donkey is the talkingest dang thing I ever seen in my life. And you know who's like that donkey?
Yeah.
Right there, you're looking at him. Talk, 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 non-stop, 24/7, no mercy. So, I'm gonna let him talk to me, and I'm gonna get over here on these peppers, and I'm fixing to go ahead and trim them up and then I'm gonna put them in pots. So let me show you what I got beforehand real quick. So those peppers that Asen's hanging out by, we're gonna dig a bunch of that stuff up in there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave a few, but I'm gonna dig a bunch of them up, and we're gonna cut off whatever's on them and get them trimmed up and ready to go. Uh-oh, there he is.
Heck yeah, dude, that thing is smoking it.
Oh, it's been smoking since
Yeah.
last night this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out. You probably have to open both doors and cut it off so you can breathe.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Heck yeah, dude.
I told you.
Wow.
Okay. Good place. Nothing.
My grandson had to go take a bath and it's getting dark, so I'm stopping with pruning tonight. So part 2 was pruning. Maybe part 3 will be digging it up. Okay, day 2, part 3. As you can see, I've got all my peppers in there trimmed down. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna dig them up and repot them, and I'll show you what I'm gonna use. Okay, so I've got these, like, I'm gonna say 2-gallon, maybe little pots. I got several of them. I got some little hooters here to label. Maybe this time I'll know what I got. And I'm using some Pro Mix potting soil. That stuff's pretty light and fluffy, and so I'm gonna balance some of that out with a little bit of peat moss. If I need it, I have vermiculite, but I'm gonna use these guys, and I'm gonna make some stew, wet that stuff down, dig them up, put them in there, and I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. Lunch hour is over, and I didn't get it all done. So this is what they look like now. I may take some more, thin some of those leaves out where it's heavy, and make it more like this jalapeno here. See, doesn't need many leaves, and that's kind of a lot. I'll get a bunch of that junk off, but that's about the height I'm going for. You see that 55-gallon drum right there? It's about up on the second ring of it. That's about how tall these guys are, and they'll fit right underneath my 3-foot table. And I'll keep them growing all through the winter and have hot peppers all winter long. And then the good part is, when the spring gets here, I'll stick them right back in the ground and start all over again. So I'll be back this evening. We'll keep this party going.